Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our next session here. So for this session, we'll be introducing Zebra DNA Cloud, zDNA Cloud, and we will have Joydeep presenting for this session. So Joydeep, over to you.
Thank you, James. Yeah, hi, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everyone. So, today we will talk about Zebra DNA Cloud. This is a Zebra web portal uh, which we have recently released in September end, and maybe after that, there are two more releases we have done. So, uh, I will go through the agenda briefly first. So in the agenda today, first we will see what is Zebra DNA Cloud, and after that, the different features like login and user management, how you do there. Then overview of the dashboard. Then new device setup, how you get the device under your tenant. Then see some you see your devices in my devices page and take some certain device actions. Then Android updates for OS update on your devices. Then we'll go see about the device settings or device configurations, how we can create the profiles and send to the devices. Then the application management, like there are different Zebra applications and also line of business applications, how you can install, configure, and or uninstall, how we manage those applications in our devices, you can see. And at last, we'll see the licensing aspect of it, how to license the DNA Cloud itself to use some of the premium features which are not free. Okay, so I'll move to next slide. So this slide talks about the mobility DNA. So Zebra is providing a suite of enterprise solutions which actually is designed to help maximize the mobile user productivity. You can see the different applications like enterprise keyboard, then MX for device configuration, enterprise browser for uh, running the customer's line of business applications, then Lifeguard OTA for updating your operating systems, right? So all these things we are providing as a separate solutions. But if you see that today what we are trying to do by zDNA Cloud is uh, we are trying to provide a unified user experience from where we can unify all the Zebra Mobility DNA product in a single portal. So that the goal of this portal is this should be simple and consistent user experience between all the applications, and then it should be intuitive, and it should be the unified interface for remote device setup and configurations and update. So some of the offerings of this product will be free, and some of the offerings will be will need license, and those are term-based licenses. And for this portal, the URL is this one, you can see, and dnacloud.zebra.com, and we can find the technical documentation here. So as I told, it is released recently on uh, September end, and there are two more versions have been updated after that. So yeah. So in this section, first, this is the section where the login and user management. What I will do is, I will go through the use cases for each section, and maybe I will switch to my live demo where I can show you how you can use that portal. So use cases we'll first cover, and then we'll go to the live demos showing how to use the portal. So here in the first is the login and user management. To means administer any of your device, first you have to, I think, log into that web portal and then manage the devices, right? So the use cases will be like I should be able to create a tenant for my organization and log into that so that I can manage this tenant. So for say I am a customer and I will create a tenant for my organization first, and in that tenant all devices and other data, profile data, device data, or other administrators of my organization data, everything will be under the tenant. So once I created the tenant, then I want to create additional administrative users who can help me administering those devices for my organization. So I can add, view, or delete them. And then as an administrative user, once I add them as administrative user, they should be able to actually uh, join the same tenant, or the same, they can see the same view, and they also should be able to administer the devices. It is like a shared view. All the administrative users will see the same view of the same organization and same devices, same profiles, and they can uh, administer the devices. And at the end, I should be able to log out. So being said that, I will move to my window. uh, so as I told, dnacloud.zebra.com is the login. And first, you can see here there are two types of users. One is the tenant owner. First time I want to create a tenant, and then once I can create a tenant for my organization, I can add other administrative users. When other administrative users are added, they can go via this button flow. So first I'll show the tenant owner login. So first, for a tenant owner email, right? So first thing is prerequisite will be they should be registered with Zebra SSO or the ping ID. So I have already created a ping ID, and for this account, and this with this account I will show. So once you do that, then there will be some confirmation pop-ups. You have to say yes and allow and close it. Once you close, you can see uh, uh, I have been logged into the my tenant. This was actually the tenant was created earlier. If the tenant is not created in this place, actually it will create the tenant. Now once tenant is created, now I can go there, and you can see I can manage all the users. So I want now uh, to add other users. If I want to add other users who can administer my organization devices, I can add their details here and send an invitation email. And once they acknowledge that email and click on that link, they will be added here. So you can see there are many uh, administrative users have been added here. So I can perform the CRUD operation like delete or update the user email. Those kind of operations I can do here. So here I am setting up all my uh, uh, administrators of my organization, and as a tenant owner, I am as a super admin. I can enable or disable or delete any one of them. And as I had shown earlier, uh, once I add them here via other button flow, that administrative user button flow, they can again log in, and they will also see the exactly same view. Only thing they will not have access here is the manage all users. Here they cannot manage any user, but all other things, like all other features of the things, this portal will be available, and that will be the exactly same view for any of the administrative users. Okay, so I have covered that. So there are some different screens I have put here for offline reference. I will not go through them. I have already covered as part of live demo. So next is the dashboard. So for the dashboard, the use cases are something like uh, in the dashboard, I should be able to see the how-to videos and learn about the product features. And Then I should be able to see the summarized view of the status of my devices, how many devices are active or how many devices are inactive in last 24 hours, that I can see the summarized view. Then I also should be able to see the summarized view of the licenses, how many are used and how many are unused. And if I want any product documentation, if I should be able to go product documentation right from zDNA Cloud, or if I want to contact the support, that also I can do. So this is a dashboard view. So as I told, you can see how many devices active and inactive. We can see there are 15 inactive devices. Then there are 5 licenses, 2 are used and 3 are unused. And if you want to contact support, you can do it from here. And for all the features, there are tutorials or the videos, how-to videos on how to use those features, right? So first time after you log in, one can go through those videos and uh, learn about how to use this portal, about this feature. Okay, I will move to next one. So now if I have to administer some devices, first my devices needs to be set up, and those devices needs to be under my organization tenant, right? So for that reason, first what we want is I should be able to set up my network or internet connection in my devices, because those will be out of box devices. There will not be any internet connection. So internet connection will be needed for getting under Zebra DNA Cloud. And so I will, for that network setup things I should be able to do. Then once I create those network setup profiles, I should be able to create, modify, view or delete those setup profiles. And once I created those profiles, I should be able to generate an enrollment barcode out of it. And once I create an enrollment barcode, that enrollment barcode can be scanned from the device stage now tool. And once this uh, uh, barcode is scanned, that device will download the necessary clients and agents, and it will come under my organization tenant, so that I can see them under my portal. Then I should be able to assign a device to a particular device group while creating initial setup profile, so that later I can push profiles to a group of devices instead of selecting a particular device. So while a device is joining my organizational tenant, at that time I can also say this is the device group. Say uh, I have a warehouse in New York. I can say New York warehouse group. So all the new devices joining with this barcode or this profile, we will join that uh, group of the devices. So the group will be assigned at that point of time. And later, say I want to send a device configuration, so I can create a profile and send the device configuration to all New York warehouse devices, instead of selecting all of them one by one. Last one is the device name. I should be able to configure the device name automatically. So device name I can do later as well, but here while enrolling the devices, if I configure the device name, I can say my device kind of thing. So my device, whenever the devices are joining, they will be joined as my device 1, my device 2, my device 3, like that. So that get means for an administrator, if end user sees any uh, error or something, some problem, they can say this is the device name which is having an error, which is easier than sharing other model number or device serial number, which end user may or may not know. So being said that, I will again move here, and I will see the uh, new device setup profile. We can set up a device, create new setup device. I will show a existing uh, profile for saving time. So once you do that, so the new device, setting a new device or editing a device setting profile will have the same similar flow. So we can set up a Wi-Fi here. The Wi-Fi connection and the Wi-Fi values, like what is the security mode, WPM mode, encryption type, and those things if you want to do. If you want the Ethernet connection you want to set up, you can make it on, or proxy you can set up. All these things you can do. I'll put some password here. This is a mandatory field. Then here I am selecting, I want also the lifeguard OTA feature. So I may enable or disable this, but I want it, so I'll say yes. And here is the device setup name and description. I can give what I need for my ease of use or friendly name. And then as I told, I can associate the device to any group, so I can join the devices. I will give that device group name, and device name I can see join this device. So whenever there will be a new device coming in, the names will be join device 1, join device 2, etc. Like that it will be. So once I do say next, and this is the review page, I can see whatever I have done, and I say next. So it will generate a enrollment barcode which can be scanned from a device, and once that enrollment barcode is scanned, the device will come under my tenant. So here you can see the barcode has been created. If you want, you can download from here. Okay, so I'll say done, and here I can see all the, sorry, here I can see all the uh, mm, different device setup profiles created here. And again, later at later point of time, if I want to see, I can generate the barcode and see the barcode from here. And also I can edit or delete those profiles as and when required. Okay, so I'll move here. So it covered the device setup. We have talked about this. Now, yeah, once device setup is done, now those devices should come under my organization tenant, and I should be able to view those devices and some vital informations like model, serial, IMEI, and all those information. And then selecting individual device, I should have a detailed information of individual device as well. Something like detailed battery information like battery manufacturing date and other things. Then what are the apps installed in my particular device. Then what are the device settings or the configuration configured in my device, and what are the services enabled. Also, in the list of the devices, I should be able to take some instantaneous actions like lock the device or reboot the device, reset the device passcode, wipe, delete, or upgrade the client in the device. Uh, all these actions can be done individually in a particular device, or also if I want to uh, create a bulk action, I should be able to select multiple devices and uh, take the bulk actions. So I will again move here. So as I told, this is the my devices page. You can see all the devices are listed here. So here all the device details, high level details, you can see device name, group, version, serial number, IMEI, all these things. And if you want more detailed information, then you can see the detailed information here about the battery and other things. Here you can see device settings. This doesn't have any device settings, so it is not showing. Maybe I will show another device. Yeah. So here, these are the device settings profiles applied. You can see what are the device setting profiles applied and when has been applied. Then what are the applications installed in this device and their app versions you can see. And what are the Zebra services enabled for this device. That also you will be able to see. Yep. So next thing, as I told, we can take some device actions. There are two device actions as a shortcut, and there are multiple device actions here, like reset device passcode, reboot device, wipe device. If you click them, they will take the actions instantaneously. And if I don't want to do one by one, I can select 2 or 3 device, and you can see here there are bulk. You can select do a bulk selection and take a bulk action of all these things are available here as well. So you can select multiple devices and do it at one time. Okay, I will move here. So next one. So once in the My Devices page, we'll talk about now group management. Earlier I told like we can create the groups, right, while doing the enrollment. We can also do a group management in the My Devices page, like we can create, rename or delete device groups so that I can use those groups later. And also as an admin user, I should be able to associate or disassociate or reassign my devices to existing device groups. So I have a device, I can associate with one device now and maybe reassign to another group later, or disassociate from that group. So all those actions I should be able to take as group management. You can see here is a group management list. So here add, rename, delete things are there. So I can put a added device group here, and or rename or delete the device group. And here I can select from the My Devices page. I can individually select a device and then uh, assign the groups from a drop down saying that associate to this group. If it is already associated with the existing device, then group, then I can, if I select another group, so the group association will be replaced with the new group. Okay, so I'll move to the next one. So that will be my devices. Uh, as an administrative user, I should be able to device screen remotely. So if I want to do remote control of my device, if I want to see them, visualize them, and also I want to remotely control my device using my mouse and keyboard. So again, I go there, and this is one of my devices. So this device I will try remote support this device. So you can see this model device and those kind of things are getting updated here. And similarly, just wait for it. Yeah, you can see the device screen remote view. I can see, and I can uh, here I can go ahead and type something. I am typing via from a desktop keyboard now, not from the device keyboard or here. And also if we want, there is a back button, I can go back here, or home button, I can go to home. I can do some click operation. Whatever you can do in a device, everything can be remotely controlled from a remote screen. Okay, so now we have uh, seen how to see the devices and take actions. Now we'll see in my device, if I want to update the operating system, how to do that. So there are mainly three kind of updates. First one is the I want to update to the latest version of the Android update available. So I will select the device and say I want to go to that version. And second one is automatic update. What I will do here is I will create a rule whenever a new for this device, whenever a new LG or Android update is available from Zebra in a support portal, at that time my device should be automatically updated without me taking any action. First one is admin initiated, next one is admin will create a rule, but device will be updated whenever there is a update available in the Zebra server. And third one, use case, say we have a use case, I want to go to a particular version of Android only uh, because I have tested all my things, test devices with that, and I am happy with that. I don't want to go to latest, but I want to go through that version for some specific reasons. That is also available. You can choose which Android or the BSP version or Android update version you want to go and go there. And next, once I do that, I can should be able to see. I should be able to set some of the custom rules when it should be done, right? Like AC power or over Wi-Fi, or I should be able to schedule the deployment now or at some particular time, date or time I want to schedule. And then at last, I should be able to see the result or status of my deployments so that I can take further actions or troubleshoot if I see any failure. So being said that, I'll go there. So here in Android updates page, you can see here the devices list. And this is my device. I can see there is a new update available here. I can go to the update to the latest. So this is a admin initiated, or there is a customized update. I can go ahead and choose a particular version here. If I go here, update to latest, these are the things I can fill up, and then I go to update selection. As I told, I can automate whenever there is a new latest available version in Zebra server. If I want to update without me needing another action, taking another action, that also then I will check it and I say next. Then I can schedule now, or I can say customize at what date and time I want to do that. That also I can do. I'll choose now as soon as possible. And the custom rules like power supply or battery, what battery percentage I want to do that update, or do I need to postpone or not, whether I want to do it or cellular data or only on uh, uh, Wi-Fi, that I can choose. And then I can say start job. And once I say start job, uh, so what will happen is once I say start job, I can go ahead and go to the deployment view, and we can see the deployment view, what is the job status and result here. And if I have created any automation, like I want to auto update my devices, here I can see I am saying we have created a profile where I want my devices to auto update whenever a new BSP is available. Those also you can see here. Okay. So go to the next. So device settings. So in device settings, there are two types of device settings. I want to configure my devices. So there will be one wizard mode. So all widely used device settings are available here. So easy to find and use. We can do this if it suffices our requirement. If not, there is the advanced mode. All the OEM config, Zebra OEM config parameters are available here. So exhaustive configurations will be available. So again, once I create the device settings profile, I should be able to create, view, modify, or delete those profiles. Then I can send these device setting profiles to single or multiple devices. Then once I create those device setting profiles, I should be able to see the result of those in a view. And then this is interesting actually. If again, if I want to create automation, earlier we talked about the groups. I have created a group, and if I say this group should have this device settings profile, then any devices joining that groups later should automatically get the device settings profile without me again needing to send that to the devices each time the device joins, right? So that automation was also possible. And at last, I should be able to edit the device settings profile either from uh, the number of devices I should be able to target devices I should be able to modify, or also I should be able to modify the settings whatever I have applied earlier. So here, if we go here to device settings profile, from here we can see we can create a new settings wizard. If we say wizard, there are multiple device settings you can do. You can see mobile network, Wi-Fi, Ethernet configuration. There are security configurations we can set up. Then display configurations we can do. These are the most widely used ones we can do, and then we create that profile saying next. And we can say apply now after the review page, and we can, once we say apply now, then there will be a target device list will appear. So from here I can either select a group, as I told. So if I say this group, so already this group it will apply to. So uh, or I can select individual devices. If I do a group based deployment, later any devices joining this group also will get this device settings profile automatically. So I selected the devices and say apply. And we can see this device settings profile is here, and then it is in progress, and we can see the result here, what is happening with this. I've selected two devices. I think these two devices will appear here, and their status, individual status will, you can see. And also sorry, next thing is if that is not enough wizard mode, we can go through the advanced mode. There are all the OEM configurations are here. We can select any one of them and similarly create a device settings profile and apply to the devices. Okay, so I will move to the slides again. Now I will come to the app management. So in app management, mostly there are two types. One is Zebra application management, and one will be the other line of business application management. So Zebra application, we are supporting the following applications: EB, then Workstation Connect, Enterprise Home Screen, Keyboard, and Device Diagnostic Tool. And for these applications, we are providing the installation, uninstallation, configuration of this application, along with some other multiple steps or workflows may be needed, like for EHS you have to make it default launcher, or enterprise keyboard you have to make it default keyboard in the device. So all those things is created under a single profile. So similarly, what we see in device settings profile, all other use cases are also applicable in the app management. And apart from the Zebra applications, I should be able to install, uninstall, and configure my any line of business application via managed configuration, which will be played in Google Drive or on my media server. So being said that, I again go there, and here you can see these are the applications we can do. So I will show the enterprise keyboard. I will select the version. I say yes. Do you want to configure? I say yes. And this is the manage configuration of enterprise keyboard. I select whatever I need, say auto compilation to on, then I say next and apply this profile. Select the target devices and say apply. So once I do that, again in the next page, we will be able to see all my application setups. You can see this is the enterprise keyboard application setup I have created. I can edit, delete those things, or I can go and see the result here, what is happening. You can see the status in progress in these two devices. I can remove also if required. Okay, so I'll go my apps. Say I don't want um, uh, Zebra application. My line of business application I want to install and configure. You can see there are many line of business application has been configured, and I can see them here. And I can go to add app, and I can do a sign in to Google, and from a Google Drive link URL I can add, or I can provide a specified server URL where my application is located, the application part I can say, and do a save. So my application will be configured, and I think it will also find out the managed configuration from that application APK, and uh, it can configure itself. Okay, so I covered last one, that is the licensing. So some of, as I told, some of the things are premium and some of the things are licensed feature. So I should be able to add the license server details, and also I should be able to view all my licenses, and I should be able to allocate those to my devices. We'll see how. So you go to licensing page, you can see here add licenses. Here I can provide get the Flexer CLS ID and enter it here. And once I add, I can see something, all the licenses here. First it will be all available, but I have already used it, and available is 2. If I want to change the allocation, I can go here and select the devices I want to do. That may by serial number, or I can do auto assignment. Auto assignment means everything, uh, any devices joining on FCFS, first come first serve, they will get the license. That is the most easier one. Or I can say all TC or say EC30 devices should get the license first. Or I can say this is the device group who should get the licenses, whatever is available in my port. Uh, so that's all I have.
Okay,
Open for
thank you very
questions.
much, Joydeep. Much appreciated. It was a very good session. So we do have 2 quick questions here. So the first one from David here. Will you be able to downgrade the OS on a device?
No, we cannot downgrade. We are using Lifeguard OTA, and Lifeguard currently don't support downgrade. Yeah, we cannot downgrade. It's only always update.
Okay, nice and simple answer. So the second question, this is actually the last question. So if anyone else has any questions for Joydeep, now is a good time to get them in. So since DataWedge can now be updated via the Google Play Store, are there plans for Zebra DNA to also allow updating of various Zebra components such as DataWedge or the enterprise browser?
And we have already have the enterprise browser, right? I can show that enterprise browser we already have.
So I think the question is around, will Zebra DNA be allowed to update those applications, such as Data Wedge and Enterprise Browser on the
Yeah,
cloud?
so data wedge will be in the backlog, uh, but for enterprise browser you can do currently. You can see here enterprise browser is there. You can currently we are supporting this version, and you can create a enterprise browser setup, and this version you can install. So whenever there will be a new version of enterprise browser available, we will be supporting that as well. So yeah, enterprise browser we currently support, but in future, I think yeah, that sometime data wedge also will come here in this list.
Perfect. You must have seen the question come through because David asked the follow-up, how about Data Wedge in the future? And you answered it at exactly the same time the question came in. So great
Okay.
stuff. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. A special thanks to Joydeep, our presenter, as well. So our next session is in just under 10 minutes, in 9 minutes. So we will see you at 5 past the hour for a quick update on what's new with Enterprise Browser and Data Wedge. So we'll see you then in a moment.